Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Thank you Josh for getting first. You're the best, thank you for being here. You're awesome. But yes, it's me, I'm Lloyd, and we're playing Tavern Talk. But yeah, so I was very sick this weekend. Thank you everyone who was worried and I missed Sunday's stream. I apologize for that. That is a-okay. I am back. I'm pretty much better. Just it turns out I still have some unresolved tummy issues, so I'll live, but at what cost? No, I'm kidding. But yes, we've got Tavern Talk. I've got some hot tea, which I'm allowed to have on this tummy of tummies, but I've got my tea, I've got my water. I think we're ready to go. But yeah, thanks for being here everyone. I really appreciate you. And let's get scooting. Alright, so... Oops, it's not responding to me, please. Is there... What have I done? Ow. I can't click on anything. But that's okay, we can close the game and try again. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, perfect. I did successfully close. This is all going very swimmingly already. We'll give that a second. I don't think I gave it a long enough second, but we're booting that back up. Interesting. I wonder what went wrong. I don't know. I've been having some issues. No Man's Sky, I play a lot on my own, and you know, I played almost 100 hours, at least 100 hours of No Man's Sky without having any issues, but more recently I've started to have some display issues where it'll freeze the game and I have to crash it, so let's hope that it's just a case of coincidences. Much better. This is what we like to see. Alright, back on track. That's right there. Perfect. I think everything is where it ought to be. Alright, let's get into it. Pretend I did this first. This is first time I didn't have an issue. Oh yes, so we just learned about... We didn't find out necessarily the cause of all the stars falling, but we did find out that there was a celestial whale. Something gave it frostbite, and so in its, you know, either in its panic or its discomfort, it ate a star, and that helped basically stave off the frostbite until these two characters on the left helped with their goofy personalities bouncing off of each other. The guy on the left is a little more innocent, a little bit of an innocent guy, and the person on the right, she's a bit more like means business, and so between the two of them, they're able to help the whale. And so we learned where that one star went. I'm not entirely sure if that story did tell us more about the other stars, but it did tell us that someone did target that celestial whale. So that actually might be, like, they may have done other things that made all the stars disappear. So there's some loose ends are starting to come together and make a story. Alright, anytime Una. Let's take a quick peek. So Una, and even then, someone is always going to save the world. Oh, Una, the older retired adventurer, is trying to tell, I don't know, the younger folks, it's good to like save the world, but don't get super stressed out over it. There's always someone else who can save the world. It's a very interesting commentary that this game keeps looping back to. Of like a lot of people who are really stressed out about the world ending and wanting to save it, and then a huge part of the cast like being so confident that someone else will take care of it. It's fine. It'll fix itself one way or the other. Anyway, old enemy got another drink for me. I'm running dry. Alright, so we're gonna make another drink for Una, it looks like. We're still running low on energy. How about another strong one? You got it. Alright, perfect. Okay, so she wants a strong drink. She's retired, so if anyone's just tuning in, all of the drinks we can give a special infusion to that give a bonus sort of either an attack or a defensive thing or some sort of action that legitimately plays out in the future in the story. So it means something. It's not just something positive. It's I have to think about it. So Sailor's Courage is the better of our strength drinks. These are the stats. Southern Brawler is decent if we want to give the drink an infusion that does negative points to dexterity. Is it endurance or dexterity? I always swap that. It is dexterity. Let's see. I'm gonna take a quick look and make sure that we didn't unlock any other strength potions while I was getting sleepy last time. Nope. Okay. Sailor's Courage, that looks pretty good. This is the best one, so we could do it if we wanted to do negatives to the brain. What does that? Okay, Golden Feather, which does haste. I don't know if a retired adventurer needs haste, but that's pretty funny. These don't always come in to play, right? These don't always come through later, but every time they have, it's been pretty serious and a pretty big impact on the story. So like this one, Thunder Sage, we couldn't do that one for this drink because we'd have to make up for... Actually, no, we couldn't even make up for this. This is impossible to make for that drink because it would give us 2 points in intelligence, and that drink wants no points in intelligence, so no luck there. Let's see. Anything that's neutral, or could give her this, which would give her a shield, which is pretty cool. Citron is a new thing. It basically makes you blessed, which is really cool. Plus, the divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have a much better chance fighting the undead or any other unholy creatures, or any creatures. This one's sick. I don't have an inventory for infusions, so I can kind of just give these to anybody, which is pretty dope. Honestly, let's give everyone dragon protection. This sounds sick. Let's see. But is that too broad? I could just give her... This is really cool. This gives you an ice shield, which is pretty nifty. Whether physical or magical damage is coming your way, and an ice shield and armor will pop up. It's pretty cool. We have heard nothing about what she's interested in. Just in case she gets pulled into this undead stuff that's brewing, though. Let's do Citron. Let's do that. Alright, now that I've talked myself into it, let's get that going. Oh, I didn't pin the one we wanted to make. Sailor's Courage it is. Okay, so with the infusion, we've already got all the defense we're gonna need. Let's get that strength added. And one more. Perfect. One Ignis for charisma, and then, oops. Yes, and then one Pluma for the dexterity. Oh, did I not put enough of this? I don't think I did. There we go, Sailor's Courage. Oh, did I do a negative? That's what I did. Citron does a negative to charisma. We had to make up for that. Cool. Alright, Andu gave us the go-ahead. Oh wow, Togepi appears. Wait a minute. I hope I didn't miss it. No. Okay, cool. I was like, wait a minute. No. I love Togepi. Togepi's cute. Okay, back on the ranch though. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid. I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. That's right, her apathy that, you know, someone else will save the world. I find your hero complex unsustainable. Dang. Okay, it's starting to make sense. The point that keeps being brought up is starting to make sense. It's an anti-burnout mechanism. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Ooh. Okay, alright. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's awesome. She's probably the only person that's gonna tell her that. That was so good. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I think this guy's supposed to have an Australian accent, but it comes and goes, so we're just gonna do whatever happens. Wherever the winds take us. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. What? Oh, because she said it's hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice. At least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She is locked in on her worldview, holy crap. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, you know? Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. With that, our avenues must be explored. Other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Was that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. They said they drop so much lore sometimes that it's not that I can't follow it, but when they do drop the exposition, I'm like, okay. Like, sometimes it goes from, like, several character interactions that's just, like, interpersonal communications, and then randomly I'll get so much information. Like, we just learned that something's been standing for about 2 decades, seems like it's a new building of an older order. Okay. The Great 7 Maiden Archives. Okay, alright, buddy. Gaia, I believe, is this planet. Is Gaia this continent, actually? Hold on. No. The Zoa is this, like, realm. Gaia must be this world, but I might be just projecting off of, like, the concept that Gaia usually means world. I don't know. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane. Even Tuat, the plane of the dead. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. That name's kind of up before, and the fact that the undead are doing some unsanctioned things, that's good to know. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope. Not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. I'm gonna take a look at this rumor. Where is it? Oh, this one. The Maidon? I don't know how to pronounce this. Maiden? Maiden is like the easiest way to pronounce it, but there's an H in there. Maiden archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. This has got to go with... The fuck is this about, a bridge? Connecting Diria to the mainland, spawning the worst of all budget discussions. I don't remember this at all. I think maybe that that sassy wizard, the sassy mage, told us about this. Unusual amount of undead to the west. Dude, we got so much going on. We got 2 from Diria. Seems to be very unsafe at the moment, at least for its cattle. The animals have not returned home in a while. Where did those 2 come from? I don't remember the cattle. Capital is wrapped in roots protected by the divine. According to a myth as ancient as time, these are the roots of the Aether Tree. Who? I don't remember that. I was on board that maybe these were from the mage guy. This, though? Okay. Let's see. This is an old one. This was Terrifying Bleak Stalkers in the Gravel Mech. Okay. Okay. Banshee. Yeah, these are the older ones that have been here for a minute. Okay. None of these make an obvious quest in my opinion. Let's see. Per day. Boy, you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask of the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. I love that she's like locking in and making this guy who runs an inn be her point of contact. Granted, I'm quite confident that us as an innkeeper have a lot more going on than we're letting on, but it's fine. This is very short notice. As rare disasters typically, as are rare disasters typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Unan is right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take 1 or 2, but they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looked like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some soup tomorrow. You have any allergies? He's so happy. No, thank you, Claire. Or anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a super day. We'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Walking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Well, actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of things that hurt you. Or otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone you need to think about. Or at least you're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Ooh. Be a whole person, Clay. Don't be scared of who that is. We'll try and keep it. Thank you. Damn. What do we learn about Clay? Giant Earth Echo, 31, he, him, barbarian from the Highlands, neutral good. Arcana is strength. Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them. Skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good in people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also a very strong and remarkable fighter. I hope you'll find a way back to yourself too. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Okay, she wanted us to make a quest within the day. We have to talk to these two. Oh, I love this guy. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces? New acquaintances? With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long time. I just noticed one of his eyes is gold, and the other one's in silver, and it's like a gold diamond. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. She's probably so over this. Ah, a fellow Maida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Hey, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? Oh. Wait, is this a new necklace? Oh, did she win? Ah. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? Wait, what? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ah, don't get smart with me now. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Maida since... well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries. See? It's a match already. It would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Dude, Jade hates being pushed into social interactions. Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Yes, you're gonna tell us the most about this library book we're trying to find. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere, I know. You got it, but today I'm here to talk to you about primordial magic. Today, we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh, new character, new character, new character. Oh. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast. Though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party it is then. Used his full name. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. That's a sick title. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congratulations. Oh, I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Would you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Alright, you heard him. Wits. I want to see, do we have pronouns for this character? I don't want to make anything up. Race. She, her. Alright, you got it. I want to check hexes while I'm in here. There's so many pages. He, him. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then who else is there? Jade is she, her, if I remember right. Yep. That's everyone who's currently in the shop. Skelly boy. Scully. He, him. Cool. And so, she wants intelligence. Let's get that hand. So we have peak, sunrise, which is pretty good. That one though is dexterity and intelligence. Not a bad deal, but doesn't sound like something she's gonna terribly benefit from. Let's see, we want to drink that as a maximum intelligence. So we have two options. We have Sporculing Nebula, which focuses on the charisma as the secondary stat. But we also have Peak Sunrise, which focuses on dexterity with a little smidgen of charisma. I think for her situation, she just defended a thesis. Not that being likable is a huge bit to that, but just talking for that long and presenting something in a in the social manner that is speaking. I think this is probably the best one for us. So let's draw that recipe so that's in front of us. So while we've got that on the board, let's think about what boost we could give her. We could do the inspiration one. I believe there's two that do inspiration. 2 infusions. This one here, the Fey Crystal. Oh no, Thunder Sage. Thunder Sage and the Honey Flower. Okay, let's see. Honey flower we can't do because that gives a plus to dexterity. Bay crystal also gives a plus to dexterity. Ooh, I've changed my mind about what drink I want to do. I really want to give her an infusion, and the inspiration one. She's already done her dissertation, but I want to. But what if she gets caught up in combat? We don't know what she's up to. No. We're overthinking this. We're most certainly overthinking this. Let's do peak sunrise, so we can have fun and do one of these. So the inspiration is Thunder Sage. So these both have the exact same benefit. Synthetically created by mages. Let's see. This could be good because we don't need any strength. But this one actually gives benefits to both. Let's do this one. Love it. Okay. Let's get our 1 point in charisma. Excellent. One more pluma for the dexterity. And top it off with all of the intelligence we're gonna need. Peak sunrise, there it is. Thanks, Andu. Can I pet you? There we go. I haven't pet him in a minute. We out here. How do we find? Hello. Grace just finished defending her Selenite Witch doctoral thesis. My, this is delightful. See, I told you. He definitely knows his craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Alright, so that's charisma right there. I don't think he's ever going to be fighting people, I'm going to be very honest with you. So let's go ahead and give him 1,000 wins is pretty good. Oh, we could have a defensive shield. No, that's good. Let's do that one. Alright. Let's see. This is actually tricky. It looks like this one with the haste is the only one we can really do for this drink. Yeah, that's the only one we can do for this drink. Wow. Impressive. Okay. Thousand wins it is. Thanks, Andu. Here you go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones, inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theopractically, it would be impossible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom Archives. Dang, this is exactly what we needed information on for that quest. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archives, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Oh, archivists. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archivists were destroyed. The archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you don't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure. But sadly, I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive. I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. I'm curious. What drink did I just make in? It was 0 points in intelligence. I had no idea. I had no idea we were going to be fucking talking about thinking. Is there any... Ah, fuck. Yeah, this would have been the drink for him then. I wonder if that would have changed things. This is the first time I've, like, been faced with an obvious, maybe another drink was a better choice. But we didn't know. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive. I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe you just need to think about it a bit harder. I feel like for me personally, the second one would do nothing for helping me remember something. Because I promise you, I am constantly trying my absolute best to remember anything, and this pressure would just make it worse. Let's try this one. Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with the hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Alright, this is very fucking specific. I do believe... is it you? Hold on, I gotta look at something real quick. Gravel Mag. I don't see plains though. What is the... These are swamps? These are swamps. Dark Marsh. Darkwood Thicket. Morrow Castle. This is a marsh here. So could it truly be that the marsh is right here? Or the these aren't really plains, but this seems really close. And his description of the sharp pointy rocks reminded me of we actually have a rumor about the gravel mech already. Oh, or wait, where did I get swamp? Dry steps or poisonous lake? Poisonous lake? What the fuck is a poisonous lake doing? Is this a dark marsh? Could this be due to the portal to the Twilight Chasm? What? I don't know much about a poisonous lake, but I guess maybe one of the NPCs will. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. She's probably like, that'd be a lot. That'd be a lot to process. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course you have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways, because something bad did happen to him. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? It sounds just like the gravel make. I was right, yes! Sharp rocks, next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. We just have a giant party forming for this? Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the gravel mac anyway. Oh, and you would. Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go. I don't have secrets of the trade today already. What did we just unlock for Jade? Let's see, I've known Jade for years, but it's good to see she's back in the area. She's not the type of person you ever have to worry about. She's strong, independent, and always looking for a new gig to make a living. A little empathy wouldn't hurt her, but that's probably too much to ask for. She's surprisingly good with animals and even has a little turtle accompanying her. Only two-headed sheep are giving her a hard time somehow. But through her travels, she's learned how to handle all sorts of people and how to win against them in cards fair and square. Or not fair at all. That's awesome. Thank you for your reluctant service. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. I love the pink highlights or the accents in Grace's outfits. This is so cute. Because yeah, the staff has the pink crystal, pink hair, pink nails. There might even be a ribbon on her wrists, is it? Hold up, let me cheat. Where is she? Oh, it's sort of like a low corset or low like a waist ribbon. I remember when she first walked in, it was so cute. Let's see. I'll read that in a second. I think I got information I shouldn't have. As if I honestly, I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself. You should take care of yourself. Okay, I'll do the first one. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Ending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with this. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, Innkeeper. So, let's read up on... Scully is a Maida and the personification of a gentleman, and he's, well, dead. Or at least he was dead for quite some time before he rose again, but, contrary to his fellow undead, he returned conscious. Before his passing, he was an archivist in the Everbloom Archives. He cared for and archived all kinds of knowledge and history of this world. Maybe that's where he got the idea to use a hat as storage space. His one eye looks strikingly similar to the gemstone Jade is wearing as a necklace. How curious. That's what that meant. I did not understand the reference when we picked that dialogue option. That makes more sense. Grace is a Selenite witch who just successfully defended her wizard's PhD thesis. She's calm and gentle and seems to be a bit tired of her brother's chaotic experiments. Her older brother's experiments. Oh, that's right, the emphasis on older because Hex pointed it out. Even though he is shorter than her and looks younger, Grace is actually the younger sibling. I will, theopractically. Lovely. We get to make a quest. Perfect. So we've got a lot of shit over here. I'm not stressed out, you are. Okay, okay, the Mida archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep in the Gravelmac, the lifeless, dangerous mountain range. Here we go. Deep in the Gravelmac, hide long-lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers. So the verdict is still out on their cuteness level. That's gotta be the quest. This is good. This is some good shit. Raiders of the Lost Archives. Excellent name, by the way. The Lost, Mind, and Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the Gravelmac, dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Perfect. Perfect. Closing up for the night. Lovely. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. 11, Trouble in Paradise, 9th of the Astral Moon. I just noted the wanted poster changes every day. I do not remember a tentacle man yesterday. Good morning. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? I did. It took ages for you to fall asleep. I was too excited to think about our adventure. But I slept really well. Happy to hear that. Tia, did you sleep? She passed out right after she had some soup. I hoped that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs for my divine mission in my dreams. Did she? I don't remember. Sounds like you slept well then. Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful, let's get started. Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup. Then I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. He fucking ate it. Well, I hope Andu enjoyed that soup. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Of course. Did you two enjoy your soup? Very much. Clay is quite the talented chef, even though eating it did make me very tired. She blushed. This is adorable. I didn't realize I was expecting something here. And Jaya is a very good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had a lot of time to talk. It was nice. What did you talk about? She just blushed again. Friendship bracelets, I hope? Not quite. Many things. Like, I think it would be fun to make her niece one of the little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with the flower dresses and mini axes. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's gonna make little star lamps for my parents' garden. Oh my god. Is that so? He offered to cook for my family. And I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. This is cute. They need to be best friends and hang out for the rest of the game. I do wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now. That sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before? No, not this far, though I've always wanted to. or snow dragon building competitions are famous. I've never heard of those. Oh, but they do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favorite stories the Elysian told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals. Along with it, he bestowed the power of elemental manipulation upon his chosen. I vaguely recall there being another version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead. Blasphemous heresy is all that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he has given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame, and it just happens to still be burning in an ancient temple in the Highlands. Oh, so she's justified a reason to go visit his family, keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, and with a local guide no less. Cute. Boy, you've never visited it before either. But, I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from there. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about? I'm sure he can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. Excellent. So, I see Twitch wants to play an ad. Let's take a quick break so no one misses out on anything. So I'm gonna go make some more tea, stretch, whatever, what have you. But I'll see you all back here in about 5 minutes or so, okay? Alrighty. Let me set that timer. And perfect. Alright, see you in a few minutes. Hello. Welcome back from the break. I didn't abandon you forever. I'm sorry. Let's see, I said 5 minutes. Okay, I'm only like two, maybe 3 minutes over. I swear the most productive time of my day is when I take breaks during stream. So thank you for your contribution to that. I refilled my tea. I'm having a... Oh, what kind of tea am I having? I forgot. What's that? Earl Grey tea. It's an Earl Grey tea. Oh god. Alright. Back at it. Yeah, thank you for being here, everyone. I really appreciate you. Okay. I am shipping them expeditiously. I don't understand. I think they kind of just lucked into interacting with each other, and he's kind of just hung out with her the whole time, and this is like the first interaction we're having where I'm like, oh wait a minute, she enjoys his company. She probably thinks part of him is either frivolous or isn't focused on the right stuff, but I think she genuinely enjoys the time she spends with him, and that is so cool. Because otherwise, any other corner of her personality, she's talking about her divine purpose and, you know, her only reason she exists is to fulfill her purpose. So when she's with him and talking with just Clay, she's actually talking about other things, and she seems happy. It's so cool. I have one more question. Fine, one more. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite animal? Clay's gonna remember whatever she answers here. We gotta think this through. I'm gonna... all of these are so good. What's the most personable one, though? Probably animal, maybe? Color, though, is an innocent question, and there's not a serious answer to this. Let's do color. Let's do color, because she can't, like, self-important this answer. Are you serious? Who cares about such trivialities? I do. Me too? I knew Clay would. Fine. I shall indulge you both. It's turquoise. She does not wear enough turquoise for that to be her favorite color. His eyes are blue. Interesting. I thought it would be purple. No. Purple is a beautiful color. The color of my order, in fact. But turquoise is... calming and beautiful? Exactly that. Oh, I love everything that's happening. You should wear more turquoise then. Wearing your favorite color is like free happiness. Such things do not matter to me. Representing my order is much more important. If you say so. Clay, what's your favorite color? Orange. The color of friendship. A good choice. Oh, this is so cute. She even like validated him. She just blushed. Oh wait, well come back. I think she just blushed. I love them. Let's see. Righteous devotee of the dragon Cassiopeia. A fact she makes sure everyone knows. She's very eager in her ambitions to save people and to protect the world from falling stars and the like. She is a seraph, residing in the Aperture, a stronghold of Cassiopeia. Her curriculum must have been full of history lessons about the world surrounding us. But apparently, she never learned how to cook. And contrary to her appearance, her favorite color is actually turquoise, not purple. Now, the quest. Of course. Would you like me to dye it turquoise? Don't bully her. No. I'm assuming you're going together. Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he has not practiced in the ways of a divine warrior. Would you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? That'd make for a fun story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, just go by yourself. Who would make her soup then? Exactly. That makes sense. Plus, I need to meet those bleak stalkers. Well, I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat. Ew. They like to eat. Ew. Only if they're hungry. Would you at least try to be reasonable? Oh, I am. Local creatures can be very helpful. Well, I know they can be dangerous too. Of course, it's important to have your guard up so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, but if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Violently? I hit that accent violently, I tell you what. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some extra charisma too. We can convince him to help us out. I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tested that one out, actually. We could test it for you. Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. The name Bleak Stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention, there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them. If that's of concern, I could offer you Citron. It's infused with divine properties that'll bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creature should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak. Citron can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How would you even have access to that? Oh, you know. No, I don't. Anyway, I think both of your strategies could work. Strength and Citron will let you fight your way through any danger in no time, but the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer a more unconventional solution. Can you help us decide? Oh, I don't want to argue. Sure. I think his existence and their dynamic is to help her see that there is more answers than this, like, perpetual servitude and self-sacrifice that she's hellbent on. But I really want to go his route. It's the goofiest route. It's the one that makes the least amount of sense. Like, we quite literally have Citron, which is a dragon blessed, which is basically the gods in this world, item that would make it so that they're strong as shit, especially against, what is it, undead? Let me read it real quick. These are the two options. Chance of fighting undead or any other unholy creatures. Yeah, no. This would be the way they'd be able to cut them down. The problem I'm having is there was a joke once about Gloomstalker. Oh no, it made it into the quest. Where is it? Let's see. So it didn't show up in the actual quest, but we just had the rumor for so long. I remember what it said. The rumor mentioned something about their cuteness, is the verdict's out on their cuteness. So I really think that there's a room for this to work. I think we've got to do it. Alright, so let's do defense and charisma. It's 1 point in charisma. Ooh. But they want 3 points in defense. Let me find something. Oh. I am not a fan of what I'm seeing here. Yeah, this is the only defense. It's 1 point in charisma. It's still 1 point in charisma. First Snow or Frost Lagoon. Let's take a peek. So at what Citron specifically does. The Citron is a -1 negative in... Okay. It's 1 negative in charisma, but a bonus to the bottom too. So if that's the case... can't do first snow. So it has to be Frost Lagoon. Yep. Alright, let's get this citron in. No, oh gosh, I did it backwards. Because it's not citron. Citron was... Oh, we want the... Oh gosh, I'm making... Oh. I got so focused on citron. But they want... If there's a chance that this one's gonna work, they need to have the inspiration infusion. Okay. Let's see. This completely is changing what points we need to have. So double in intelligence or dexterity and charisma. Double in intelligence, no points in intelligence, no points in intelligence. So it has to be the one that splits them, the honey flower, which is canonically what he said during the conversation. But 2 negatives in strength. Yikes. 2 negatives in strength. That would be there. Honestly, this one's probably the best for it. It's 1 point here and 1 point there, I think. Yeah, let's do this one. Alright. Gotta focus, I gotta pay attention. Get our shields in. 1, 2, 3. We only have room for 2 more slots, but I think we've got it. Because then it's Pluma for the dexterity. We did it. Okay, okay. Perfect. Thank you, Andu. That's for Andu. I love him. I hope you enjoyed the soup that you got yesterday. I would love to hear the story about you befriending those bleak stalkers. Or at the very least, how their teeth were no match against your armor. Or your pecs. Plus, this worked well for you last time, Dia. Let's hope I'll be lucky again. Fine. I trust your judgment, Innkeeper. Good, you should. I love her character development. She is slowly warming up to other people's expertise. And it's not like, how do I say this? She's not just like blanket, like rolling over and giving up and like letting people decide things for her. She is so very deliberately analyzing when someone might have more expertise in a situation than her. And she's letting go a little bit about this like control, this like vice grip on control she's had. It's very cool to see. I find her character very interesting. Thank you for your help, Innkeeper. But we should get going now. Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry? Yesterday, I met Fable at the farmer's market, and they helped me pick out the right vegetables for the soup. Fable! We haven't seen Fable in so long. I hope they're doing well. And then they invited me to their barbecue on 31st of Cassiopeia. So, we need to make it back in time for that. I love how she's just part of all of his social plans. Fable, they invited Clay to a barbecue, and he said, we need to make it back so we can go to that. They're already, he's just permanently in her party now. You can always leave early if it takes too long. And what about you? What about me? You're also coming. I have to work. You also have to eat. Saving the world is bound to make you hungry. Why would I say it's a waste of time? That's horrible. And you might even have fun. Who knows? I will consider it. Let's hurry then. Let's. Innkeeper. Can you let Fable know we'll be back in time? Of course. I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again. Oh yeah. Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets. Fortune nuggets? I don't know what that is, but I want to eat it. I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest. It shall be so. See you soon. I can't imagine I'll be back quickly. Like, that's gotta take a while. Greetings, innkeeper. I hate this guy, but I love him. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh, yes. Talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead, I helped them with reconstructing their land, barns, houses, with my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Look at the stars in his eyes. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. You're right, a drink like that is still missing from my recipe book. Let me think of something. So it'd be strength, right? But maybe it's like a fortitude thing that's not defense? Oh, thank you dearly. Steel tonic. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. It feels like I'm in a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories on my bookshelf. Magic and adventure surrounded me with every step, and unknown, lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting. But now I'm just daydreaming. Originally, I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course. What would you like? Preferably something that'll help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did... Well, I presume it did something, but those splinters were a real nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. Damn, he didn't like our drink? Well, it did. The one that we just invented for him didn't exist yet. Ah, look at that. Why is it's the only one with color? What does that mean? I just noticed. Hold on. Oh, I just way overanalyzed this. I was like, wait a minute, why is this the only one with color? All of these are in black and white. Then I went to the second page and this one was the only one in color. And I started making this whole story in my head. I was like, maybe these are the only drinks that I've made with a certain degree of proficiency? Maybe? But then I scrolled back and forth and realized it's whichever one is selected is color. Okay, so we got Steel Tonic. With the Steel Tonic running through your veins, you can become the buff party tank of your dreams. Its cooling qualities mixed with a surprisingly spicy aroma boosts your vitality to new heights and leaves you impenetrable to damage. That is, if they're even fast enough to hit you. That's sick. This is, I wanna have these drinks. This one in particular though, really made me go, I would like to have these drinks. This one for sure. Do you think this is rum? Maybe it's whiskey. Well, let's be honest. I don't think these are alcoholic, right? Because we even made some for, I think it was the cat can. I don't think that was their name. Hold on, I need to get the race name correct so I'm not making stuff up. Vuka Keen. We made a drink or two for her and she's 10, so these must not be alcoholic. Lock in, Lord, lock in. Yes, we're gonna make Steel Tonic. Put that on the board. So he does not need protection from the undead, presumably, right? So look at that, it's pluses to those 2 stats. Here's the thing, we need 5 points in just those two stats, and we only have enough room in the cup for, I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have exactly the amount of volume in this cup to make all the defense and strength that we need. So if we get an infusion that's a negative in either of those two, we're out of luck. So it has to be pluses or neutral in those two. Oh no, yeah, because then it's a 1 point in dexterity. I almost missed that. So it's a total of 6 points and we only have 5 in the cup. So we definitely need to have a positive in one of those categories. Let's see, this one is a negative in dexterity, but it is a positive in the other two. Let's see, maybe haste might be good. No, we can't do that because it's a plus in charisma. Is there only one infusion that does haste? Thought we had 2, but it must just be inspiration. That's just inspiration. That we have 2 options for infusion sources. Resistance from fire, I don't think it would do much help for him, I'll be honest. So far our options are this one, we can make up for the loss in dexterity, but it is the the frozen pine cones, the chili peppers. Surprisingly enough, the citrine, defense against creature slaying. You know what? That actually might be important because if I remember right, they were saying to the west there was quite a bit of undead activity going on. Where are we? Aren't we close to... Is it... Wait a minute. Shit, I actually don't know where we are. Are we the Wayfarers Inn? Oh, we are the Wayfarers Inn. Wayfarers Inn stands atop a hill overlooking the bustling town of Zenith. Because of the vantage point, you can even see the capital Themis in the distance when you look out the tavern's main window. The cozy tavern welcomes travelers and locals alike and offers some well-deserved rest from the hectic life of adventuring. Along with said rest comes magical drinks, which can enhance the abilities of young and old heroes alike, allowing them to master any quest with ease. Despite its great reputation, the tavern has remained a small affair, making it a comfortable spot to ruminate your worries. I also heard the innkeeper's a cutie, which is a big plus. Did we write this book? Okay, so all of that was for me to... What are we doing? Oh, very... Because he's helping the farmers. The werewolf quest, yep, that already got fixed. Chimera, yep, that got solved. Ashen Grove is right there. Gagarin. I want to check my rumors because I think there's something about the undead, isn't there? The West. A lot about Diaria. Where's Diaria? It wasn't here. Oh. So if we are the Northern Republic, Diaria is way up here, so we don't have to worry about Diaria. But I do think this is west. Might not be west enough, but I've got a feeling that this undead just the infusion for citron blends so well to this drink that it just feels right. Maybe it's not gonna help, maybe it will, but I'd rather give him this protection in the event that there's an unexpected undead situation. And if anyone that we've talked to so far would need a boost in that, it would be him, because he has never fought anybody from what I can tell. Thank you, Andu Steel Tonic. We are ready. Like, out of all of these people that we've met, he would be the like most in danger if you got in a situation with the undead. Protection against your arch nemesis, splinters. There you go. Ah, I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Winmore as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence, I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other's letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved in the whole Dyria mainland negotiations. This is where we heard about it. I thought we heard it from Hex, but that's right, we heard it from here. Okay. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Dyria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top. Wait, didn't he just say he got kidnapped? Oh, nearly getting kidnapped. I think if you've got money, why not spend it on your personal security detail? Maybe that's just me, but... let's see, I don't interfere with his decisions, so... Now he doesn't have any bodyguards, and I would like to help him. Escort buddy. Diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. I don't know who we've met so far that'd be a good fit for that. But honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money. Just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. Splendid idea. I like how you think, Innkeeper. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough, even with your magically infused drinks. You might need more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right. You just hang up a quest on your pin board. And some brave adventurers will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. Now, I haven't met the friend, or the friend's identity hasn't been revealed to us. Am I already shipping them? Absolutely. Nothing wrong with it. I love a classic childhood friends situation. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to do the job. I wonder, what's Malachite's current name? They change it so often. John. I wonder if John and Melly are gonna be back anytime soon. I forgot they just went on Melly's first quest, and that was a couple in-game days ago. Let's see. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow, they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of a heroic adventurer himself, does it? Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You've got a fair point. Also, it's always easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. They will also offer to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enticing offer? Getting taught by the fable of the Ashen Grove themselves? It's more than I could ever have dreamed of. They also mentioned another friend of theirs, an imposing Fukukin lady named Carolyn. You know her by any chance? Oh yeah, she's a much better option for a bodyguard. I forgot about her. Oh, Care? Yes, I know her quite well. Um, do I need to talk her up? Hmm. I feel like Kara would get embarrassed, but I think she's a local legend. I'm surprised you hadn't heard of her. You single-handedly outsmarted a wyvern chimera. That's incredible. That was actually a really funny story. This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently Lady Carolyn is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling. I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting. Don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? That would be so useful. I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time. Trust me. I like that the innkeep didn't like immediately go, nah dude, you don't have to write that quest. Like, we let him like hem and haw a little bit about it. I don't know, if it was something about giving him the space to do that that I really liked. How they thanked you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration. I'm always happy to help. Until then, innkeeper. You next time, adventurer. Fable, I haven't seen you in forever. It's a new character, I miss Fable. Hey, yeah. How's it going? Oh, this is cool. This character's sick. Hello, come on in. This is a cute little tavern, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I obviously am gonna wait until we learn more about this character, but there's something about this I'm getting some like gender nonconformance vibes, or maybe trans mask vibes. So I'm very excited, but like whoever this character is who this character is, but I'm very excited. Let's see, this is a cute little tavern. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable. I'm glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? For sure, but I do enjoy the cozy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the city sometimes. I get that. Are you new in town? I am, how'd you know? It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here, that's all. I just took a guess. Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe, you get me? Oh, I do. That's why I settled here on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. So, you run this business, innkeep? Correct. Just me, my familiar, and this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course. Of course. And with whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars? Who knows? Maybe. My name's Voyage, but you may call me Voy or Flirt. Alright, Voy. Got it. What can I do for you today? Blowing kisses? Well, I mean, drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me you haven't heard of me. Not yet, I'm afraid. I suppose I should have. I'm the Voy, the famous bard. Ring any bells? No. Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. What better way to do so than with a fine drink made by the finest innkeeper? I think this is the first person that's been just openly flirting with us. You're a real sweet talker, aren't you? I guess I am. Yeah. Is there something specific you would like? No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming. Okay, whoo. Right. Who is this person? He, him pronouns. Love this. They're a phantasm. Yeah, we've never met a phantasm before. Chaotic good, the sun. Love this. This shirt's different than that. He signed this. He signed the entry in the. Oh, that's so good. That's awesome. I love this. Okay, so he wants charisma. Let's see. We have, I believe, 2 pretty good charisma drinks. This one is defense and charisma. This one's intelligence and charisma. Okay, and this one's a more rounded one. One of them very specifically says for bards. Let me take a quick look. Let's see. Very popular among bards and rangers. Yeah, we might just do this one just for the plot. Max points in charisma, second in intelligence, and then a little bit of dexterity. This seems pretty good. Let's see, inspiration. Can I do anything with that? Yeah, 1 point in inspiration. Now this is good. That'll be good. I believe the honey inspires, the honey flower. Yep, that's inspiration. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna give him the like quintessential, like the bard drink. I don't see him running out to go do any dangerous questing, so. Sunny breeze, sunny breeze. Let's send it. Thank you, Andu. Yeah. May this drink give you an untwistable silver tongue. Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. Oh, what a good pun, because we put the influence thing in it. Will it boost my charisma even further? You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards to get another drink. Oh, now you're teasing me. How about you tell me more about you now? Didn't you want me to get to know you better? Hold on tight to your counter, Innkeeper, because I'm about to knock your socks off. There has not been a character that flirts as much as Innkeeper does, and the fact that in comparison, he's making Innkeeper look very, very, very tame and well behaved is so funny. Bring it on. So, right in front of you is the one and only Void, Traveler of Lands, Stealer of Hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Fazoa. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add. I'm fairly impressed. Of course you are. Might ask for an autograph later then. What brings you here, Void? As I said, I just needed a breath of fresh air. Short break from the big city. Is it hard being famous? Not really, no. Maybe a little bit. Sometimes. But making music and performing is my job, and I absolutely love it. That's not a big deal, really. It just makes me cherish the quieter moments. Makes sense to me. Would it be cool if I kept you in your little familiar company for a bit? Absolutely. Make yourself at home. We just got the exposition. I don't need to read what we just unlocked about him. Nice. He's gonna hang out here with us for a couple hours, it seems. More new characters. Hello there, traveler. What can I get you? Usually it's my role. Is this Quincy? I thought so, but I wasn't sure. I think that's his name. Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out in a second. It's a content creator. He does these really great like Tavern, D&D Tavern like point of view videos. Usually it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humor you. Well, this is my tavern. and it has come a long way. Love the color of the walls. A new coat. It's been a good few years since my last renovation. But yes, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Also, what is life if not the constant changing of the self? How I missed your endless wisdom, Quincy. I was right! That's so cool. I can only imagine, Innkeeper. You look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink? Yeah, long journey. Surprised me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. That's so cool. Alright, so charisma. We're really into the charisma drinks today, it appears. Let's do one we haven't done in a second. 1,000 wins we haven't done. Oh yeah, and we'll have some defense on his journey. We haven't done this one in a minute. Oh, if we can't do frozen pine cone, it gives a strength point. How about... ooh, I didn't realize how difficult this drink was to... Ooh, we could do this one. How difficult this drink was to infuse. Okay, so that's our 1 point here. That was our 1 dexterity point. That's all of our charisma. And now, defense. Lovely. Thank you, Andu. Here you go. Liquid charisma. My specialty. This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a great deal since last time. Practice makes perfect after all. Indeed. So, what brings you to this corner of the worlds? I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar little bird. They're said to only reside in this neighborhood. Or continent, rather. What bird? Golden loon. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a giant lake. That's where they usually hang out. But only in Fizoa. Hence why I came all this way. Oh, plumage of gold, glistening in lights of day, the travelers bold. That would be a very poetic way to greet them. Tell that to the stupid song of Vigor Guild. They didn't like it? Nah, they don't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext. But isn't that what lyrical works are all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for others to take in? And only if you push away the layers and read between the lines will you find the true meaning. Exactly my thinking. It's just that now I'm afraid that they'd laugh at me. Or remember me as a bard without a heart. All because they don't understand. You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death, it stops life. Do you enjoy your art? Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too. I, for one, greatly enjoy your Golden Loon haiku. Aw, Innkeeper, thank you. Uh-oh. Why is Quincy? Because he thanked us and not him. You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. There will always be those who don't get it and those who find themselves in it. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself. That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagined all this so differently. Way easier for sure. Moving from Tregarin, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I'd always dreamt of joining the Sove Guild. And then they promptly rejected me. But I'm Voyage, and I don't give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share my music. All I need is me and my Igum. That's right, I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. My 2 cents, Live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions. That's what I'm doing. Good. But unfortunately, I have to leave now. Gotta find those loons before it gets dark. It was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, Innkeeper. Be safe out there, voyage. You too. That was so cool seeing that Quincy cameo. I had no idea that was in this game. Nice guy. Yes, he's an old friend. I didn't know you do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too, Innkeeper? Not yet. Oh. Maybe one day. Dang. He stayed through 3 time shifts. Welcome back. Quick. Innkeep your strongest drink. This is an emergency. What happened? It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line. Not lives? Listen, Innkeep, I'll tell you the story, don't worry. Excuse me. 1 second. But you gotta be a little patient, because Baya really needs a drink first. Yes, please. What do you need? The same as last time? Oh, that one. Really delicious. I'd love to taste it again, please. Got it. I'll get you something that'll make you feel as sturdy as a tree bark again. I don't remember what we gave them. Oh. Oh, that's right. It was one that, she wanted to be defended if people came through with the torches. The torches, that's right. Because, she usually goes into hibernation during festivals so that people with torches don't try to take her out because she's scary. Very Shrek in the Swamp situation. So it could be Frosted Lagoon with fire defense? Let's see, let's take a quick look-see. Excuse me. This new drink though is sick. I don't think she wants to fight people though. This drink did not exist the last time she came through, but this could be a really good one. I don't know if she needs strength. If we do that, what's fire resistance? Oh no, that's perfect for it. Because it's bonuses to strength and defense. Let's do it. Let's do something different. You might hate it, but we can try it. Yep, we'll do that. And then we'll do 1 point there. And then leave 2 more points in defense. And 1. Perfect. Steel tonic. Why was that flashing? I was like, oh, it flashes when I'm hovered over the item that would. Okay, got it. Thank you, Andu. There you go. My strongest drink to the rescue. Thank you. This is good. Usher's gonna be upset that it wasn't the same as last time. Oh, thank the dragons. That pause made me so nervous. Oh, I really thought you would mess it up. Thanks for having so much faith in me, Una. You're welcome. Goodbye, are you feeling better now? Yes, at least a little bit. That's good to hear. Please fill me in on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset, Baya, and you have to endure the Bloom Tide Festival every year. You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. We 3 have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. But now... Ugh. Very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's okay. How about I tell him what's going on, Baya? So you don't have to strain yourself. Thank you. Okay, so Sweet Baya over here has had a long-lasting group of friends, right? Right. They're a trio, inseparable for at least a few hundred years. And they are an adorable trio, might I add. The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Merry Morrigan. Oh. Ah yes, the Merry Morrigan, the wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I've heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, the Merry Morrigan and the Banshee are a couple. So I figured. Have been for a while. I recall them coming by once or twice. But right now, how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute. For some reason, the two have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Baya's monthly tea parties, insisting they'll only come if the other isn't invited. Why? I don't know. It's like they don't like each other anymore. And soon, they won't like me anymore either. It does smell like a breakup. Let's not catastrophize. I don't want my friend group to fall apart. Especially since they've been together for hundreds of years. Oh no. Alright chat, I see an ad wants to play. I'm gonna save real quick because I realized I haven't saved in a hot minute. Cool. We're gonna take a super quick break. Another 5 minutes or so we can stretch, take a bathroom break, get some water. But then we'll be right back at it. Cool. Alright, let's do it now while we've got a little pause going. So, we'll see you soon in about 5 minutes or so. Get that timer started, and here we go. Hello, welcome back from the break. Hope everyone had a good few minutes. Let's see. I've got some tea, some water, fridged. Perfect. Alright, back at it. Yeah, so we're solving the dispute. Not really the dispute, but there's something going on in Baya's friend group that they've been friends for hundreds of years. But the two corners of the three-person friend group seem to be going through some sort of relationship troubles and don't want to talk to each other. People have always left me because I scare them. I don't want them to leave me too. Trouble in Paradise, rumor in luck. Now, I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper. Can you imagine the second one? I mean, ooh. They've been together for so long that they must have already solved numerous arguments. They'll get through this one too. He's right. Been through worse. But what if he is wrong? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? I just wish there was something I could do to help them. If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hi, I'm Voy. That's short for Voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous. No. Doesn't ring any bells. Sorry. Anyway. So, Baya. That's your name, right? What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Like, you seem really chill. Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been nice to me. I trust them. And I've known Una for a while now. Didn't she pick endangered flowers from your backyard last time you met? Yes. The bouquet was really cute. I know, right? You meet a lot of people when you travel across the lands, looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Baya's also really cute under all that moss and kelp. Oh, shush. I mean, you might look a little terrifying. That's true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they'd want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they try to burn me. Luckily, I don't scar easily. Ooh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. Ex is leaving you, but you always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons, people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. You don't say, kid. But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always something to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Yes. You should come visit sometime. Void, that's short for voyage. Just Voy is fine. Do you want to come to Una? I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old bones than a nice swamp bath. Hehe. Do you get a lot of customers? No. None. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise your spot at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, Maya. Alright, let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? The situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator. I bet your Fable would be great at that. I can absolutely hang up a quest for you if you want. That would be great. Thank you so much. Of course, making my patrons happy is part of my job. Now, who's the sweet talker, huh? What? Now I have to wait, right? Yes, unfortunately. How about you show us around your spa in the meantime? It would be my pleasure. And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends. No pressure. There's a millennium-long relationship on the line, remember that. Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. See you then, Innkeep. Yeah, see ya. Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is after a mud mask. You think I can take my crochet hook with me? I love that they all are gonna go to the spa. So we're gonna have to make this quest, okay? We have so many things. Now, I'm a little distracted because I don't know what the innkeep looks like. These are plants. Oh, these are the plants that are around the quest board, I think. I thought this was looking down at the table though, isn't it? Why are there so many plants? I was wondering if this was a clue on what we looked like, but maybe not. Alright, so, let's see. I don't care about the Leviathan, First Flame. Don't care about the Undead. Oh. Mary Morgan and Banshee are a loving couple most of the time, but the current fight has their best friend Baya very worried. Let's see. Oh, a banshee's haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones, hopefully hyperbole. Mary Morgan, I believe, though, has a different quest. In the riverbanks of the Shivermere hides the Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. This is pretty funny. If we talk about them negatively, but then discuss that they're having relationship issues. That's so funny. Okay. I think we've got it. The Lagoon of Tranquility. Mary Morgan, known for her passion for drowning trespassers, and the Banshee, singer of bone-shattering songs in the Lonesome Lagoon, are two terrifying creatures in love. But because of a mysterious dispute, the relationship is on the line, and their best friend, the Swamp Witch Baya, would do anything to keep her friend group from shattering. Couples counselor sorely needed. Perfect. We have enough to make another quest. Okay. I actually have no idea. Let's see. Actually, I'm just noticing we don't have a lot of these left, which is sick. Diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. I don't know if this is right. The diplomat fired his personal guard, new fighters to protect from the dangers of a business trip. Spinal rhinos collapsed a bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland, spawning the worst budget discussions. Dyria seems to be very unsafe at the moment, at least for their cattle. Few animals have not returned home in a while. Let me take a quick look. Carolyn's grand greatsword once belonged to her grandmother. Allegedly, it's a gift from the dragons themselves. They're very impressive if true. Strangers come to town. He likes plum, crepes, and spooky armor. An unusual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. Legends or clerics say that the first flame leviathan ever bestowed upon mankind still burns in the highlands. The capital is wrapped in roots protected by the divine, according to a myth as ancient as time. These are the roots of the Aether tree. This is the only one that I think could be a reason, could belong to this quest. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where he is. Yeah. I'm only focused on Dyria for his quest because I believe that's where we got all the information, was when he was talking about his buddy the last time he came around. And this is the rich kid that looks like he stepped out of a Shakespeare play. I think this is the best I can do. I just don't like that third one, the one that my mouse is on. Dyria seems to be very unsafe at the moment, at least if your cattle, a few animals have not returned home in a while. Just, it's so random. It's only here because the other one mentions Dyria. We'll try it. I don't know if the game has a contingency if I'm very wrong. Fatal Company. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinal rhinos can't exactly be held responsible. The ambassador tasked with solving this mess is a young noble, and his worried best friend insists he is still in dire need of a new person guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travelers lately. If those travelers are cattle anyway. Man, I hope that was... We've never been told no when we're putting a quest together, so that either means we're on the right track, or we're not on the right track. Phenomenal. Act 2 still. Starlight Sonata. Chapter 12. It takes 2 or 3. 10th of the astral moon. I hope Fable comes around for the couples counseling. Case closed. Fizoa's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Aura now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That quest, the details of it, parts of it, were kicking around for so long. It'll be really, I'm very curious what happened. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Ooh, so it ended up being dangerous? Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's Not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Or it taught me how to be more cunning. It's proud. They're proud of her. Only the basics. No need to be so humble, you taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Millie? I want something... something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Alright, so she wants smarts. Let's take a little gander. We've got so many. Peak Surprise. I don't know if this drink was around the last time she was here. We only have 2 intelligence drinks. Yep, Sparkling Nebula, which is Charisma and Intelligence. Peak Surprise, which is Dexterity Intelligence. Honestly, since she is like training to be a rogue, she's training to be a lot of things actually, because she's learning how to use a broadsword from Carolyn. Let's see. I think this is the best one though. Let's do this one. I don't think I read it correctly. Nope, I did. We're good. We'll do that. Can't do this because there's no strength or defense in this drink. We get some inspiration in there. We get some speed in there. This is a lot of intelligence right here. And what do those do? I don't think I've used those in a while. Under Sage, Inspiration. Let's see the other hit. Inspiration drink. Infusion. Honestly, for a detective, being able to persuade people to tell the truth would be huge. Let's go ahead with that then. Alright, let's get that Thunder Sage in there. Perfect. 1 more unit of Tempest. There we go. And we of course need a 1 and a 2 of Pluma for the Dexterity. And 1 more for the Charisma. Peak Sunrise. Thank you, Andu. That's for Andu. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm gonna be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out. I might actually need a drink now. It'd be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right. We made a deal. Correct. So what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she's linguistically invincible? So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. I don't know what the usual is. Is it more charisma? It is more charisma. Okay, cool. So, if we do more charisma... 1,000 wins is pretty good for charisma. And it has defense. Spoken Heart. This one though matches their abilities more because they're roguelike. 1,000 wins, we'll do that one. I find it very hard to infuse for with what we currently have available, but it's doable. Can't do that one. Can't do that one because the drink has no strength. Can't do that one, it's a strength. Ooh, I could do this one. This makes him speedy. I think he'd like that quite a bit actually. Wonderful, that's that. Now we give them the defense they need. And that should be 1,000 wins. There it is. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Was it that bad? Huh? No, silly, he likes it. You can clearly see in the way his scarf is moving. That's so cute. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. Think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course. Then we'll be a trio. The detective, the trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course. I didn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye. Oh, okay, I'm glad she's telling us what infusion we gave, because I don't remember. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like we had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen, too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the docks, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we'd left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched as it tried to sneak into a cargo ship. It behaved weird, undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. It must have something to do with their magical abilities. But without combined charm and charisma, Laura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject and keeper. I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised, flabbergasted, gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. Did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books, many different kinds of animals, and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And? Did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! Silent owl? Whoa. Oh, that's sick. So it's a max intelligence, almost max strength with a point in dexterity. With the silent owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become the silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. I am so nervous. We're getting so many drinks that there's gonna be the chance to pick the wrong one coming up soon. It's very useful. That's what I thought. I'm gonna steal a sip of my tea real quick. Anyways, Laura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals. So, we kinda had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch. Not that I could change her mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk, in a small cupboard, were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant, until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, but I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed, just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly, but right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. But a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Laura hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, could still see the whole room. Good call. Eh. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh, no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing, please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if all didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dog from the dogs. But now we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. and I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Did she pretend to be a cat? Like, a cat? I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, a little rascal, how did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer, so as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." Oh no. I kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped out from underneath the table. That was kind of a foolish thing to do. That was very brave of you. That's so cool though, that they were actually worried about her though. Like, he's got maternal instincts kicking in. Let's see. We'll bully him a bit. "I won't take criticism from someone who never leaves their own tavern." It was the only logical thing to do. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to do. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. What's so funny is we were given two options, if I remember correctly. One of them was a more like strength dexterity based, like fighting build, and the other one was the detective, like intelligence charisma build, and it sounds like that was the only way to go. I would like to think there was a way to be successful if you took the other option, but it just changed the story dramatically. But every turn, it sounds like this is the only way to go. He looked panicked at first, he looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all of the clues out of Aura's mouth kinda flipped a switch in my brain, and I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such also familiars, and well, I don't know anything about magic. I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there is a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded you are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they're here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them. And that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured that out all by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just there to investigate. but that it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Oh, so Andu, being in the form he is, that must just be generic familiar form, because he's a tubby little dragon. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. Wait a second. That was interesting. Hold up. This is interesting. So we're basically starved for Innkeep exposition. Any backstory about the Innkeep? So this almost suggests that the Innkeep feels guilty about something, because Aura just said, why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? This tells me that there's a personal connection to that. This, yeah. Like, he's not just thinking. Innkeep is like, he had a moment, there was a pause where he was processing something else. Interesting. But obviously none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals. But I think they got it eventually. So, all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. We found it a while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina King. Take care of it, and I have my sheepfish, Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company. I wouldn't have minded him staying an only child. He might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's cute. It's Renu! Obtained another familiar. I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. And Aura's gonna go see Fable, who is house sitting for him. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. Can I pet this? Oh, I was clicking. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh. Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. But my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day. Before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was a pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments, and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. Wait, what? That's awful. What does that mean, just like it did today? There wasn't a fire today, was there? Just like it did today. Yeah, he needs to go back to Rufus, only without him. There was... no one died. I'm so confused. Oh well. Just like it did I gotta read that again. Hold on. The fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. Nothing happened today. They've been traveling. And also, the fire didn't actually happen. There was no combat. I'm very confused. Oh well. Maybe it'll make sense. I'm sorry, Aura. It's alright, I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. Character information. And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild. No. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Vizoa. I'm sure of that. And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. Fellow Master of Bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Vizoa, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I'm Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Ah. Who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Dude, I love Rufus, the little familiar we got. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is. Yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see, this little star pendant at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the Primordial Sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Legends or clerics say that the first flame Leviathan ever bestowed upon mankind still burns the temple in the Highlands. Interesting. I didn't realize Hex had like a spiritual or like a religious... Well, it's kind of hard to classify things as religious when the gods and everything are actively involved in the world, right? So it's basically just like another science or something to study. So that's interesting. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh, wow. But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. Do we think he's full of shit? Do we think he, like, is this real? No. I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Fizzola's best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Huh, you're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? I must admit I considered it for a moment. No way. But I decided for myself that his words were fairly implausible. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. Oh yeah, Innkeep, a thing or two? A thing or two? I fucking hate this guy, he's not telling us shit. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Thank the dragons. For a second, I really lost my faith in you there, Innkeeper. I gotta say, you're really convincing. Oh, wait. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. Really, he never sees combat. Combat's, like, out of the question. This could be a really funny one. Like, just in case, you know, to protect him. I think this could be good. Oh, it's like, it's a well-rounded drink, right? It's strength and intelligence. Will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. Actually, I don't know if I want Hex to have that kind of power. He's kind of a little sus. Peak Sunrise might be better for him, because it's got some charisma to it. While it focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range. Unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulders. I don't think he climbs, though. Let's see. This is the classic that I like to give them. By them, I mean him and his sister. Any scholars, really, because it's charisma and intelligence. Pretty good duo, isn't it? There's 3 different drinks I could give him. Let's be silly. Let's go on a limb. These are dangerous times. Let's give him this one. Alright, so we could do this one, which would give, I believe, inspiration. Oh, invisibility, isn't it? Yeah, that's invisibility. I don't know why he would need invisibility, though. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Yep, let's do this. This will give inspiration. Starts off with 2 intelligence. Let's give that 3rd one. Perfect. We need a 1 dexterity. Lovely. And the rest is pink. Something compelled me to do this drink. I don't know why. This goes against almost anything that's on brand for him, but it feels important. There you go. This should do the trick. Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe give me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Uh-oh. Oh, then... Can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles. I want to see that. I would maybe advise you to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive your loss. Or are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf, you're missing out though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. Ooh, Carolyn. Oh, she's taking. I bet you it's the bodyguard quest. Keep? There. Quest up for taking? Sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course. I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. The area seems to be a hot spot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this gray sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that in Keep? Depends on who's in the room. He liked that. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes. Something... you know. Something from my aura. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. Sick. Alright, chat. It looks like a break is brewing. An ad break's brewing, so it might be a good time to wrap up. But thank you so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna keep cruising through this game. Pretty sure that's gonna be the plan for the Monday and Wednesday streams. They're coming up. I stream Mondays and Wednesdays. I start by 7 p.m. Eastern time, sometimes a little earlier, but that's about where we're at the moment. And Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. I play co-op games, and lately it's been No Man's Sky with the crew, so if you're interested in that, I would recommend checking it out. But either way, thanks for hanging out today, everyone. Really appreciate it, and take care of yourselves. If you're interested, this is my website where you can see when I post updates and everything, and find them there. But otherwise, we'll see you on Wednesday. Alright, take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Bye.